Hi guys, it is 7:25 a.m. Tuesday, June the 20th, 2017, and I'm headed down Interstate 10 from Van Horn, Texas, going home. I'm going home, I've done my time. There. Woo, dog! Hello, America. Bitch, I'm going home. Boy, what a trip. What a trip. Oh, would I do it again? Yes. Kind of hard to hold this camera steady this morning. My shaky Jake doesn't want to cooperate. But anyway, I've been on the road, let's see, 36 days camping in a pickup, all except for 4 of them. I slept in a Motel 6. And would I do it again? Yep. Will I? I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how the deal works out on the Roadtrek. We'll see. I'm not worried about it. Shit, I gave up worrying. A beautiful sunrise here in West Texas, USA. Temperature right now, I can't see the deal. Probably 70 in that range. When you turn the headlights on my truck, it dims everything. There it is. Still can't. It's 74. There it is. That's 74. 74 top-down degrees, but it'll be 100. Well, actually, in Kingsland, my home base, or near, I live near Kingsland, Texas. The weather forecast for today, like 97. Well, that's a compared to what I was running into Phoenix. That's cold, but it is a nice day. West Texas is nice early in the morning and late in the evening, but in the midday it's toast. It's just what it is. It's a desert. And but anyway. Let's see if I can hold it right there. Will that work? Kinda. It's a little shaky there. I'm gonna figure this thing out with this holder. My original holder, my shaky Jake holder, didn't work. You see all these trucks lined up? I'll turn around so you can see them. Maybe you can see them. They're all at those rest stops. I'll tell you, out here on Interstate 10, you see how merchandise is moved. In Interstate 40, thousands and thousands and thousands of trucks. And out here too, you got railroad trains. How about that? How about just trains? Forget the railroad part. Woo, dog! God damn, I'm excited now, but about 3 hours from now, after I get the road wear on me, I won't be so excited. That's why I did this video now. More trucks on the left, by the hundreds, God almighty. But I'm driving 74 miles an hour. The speed limit on this highway, Interstate 10, all the way to Junction, Texas, maybe even further, is 80. And do people drive 80? No. If the speed limit's 80, they drive 95. If the speed limit's 70, they drive 80 and 85. If it's 50, they drive 60 and 65. So, you know, I think what they need to do, and I've said this before in other videos, make the speed limit 298 miles an hour. And leave it that way for about 6 months, and that'll get rid of all the rats. Then you can come out on the highway and look at the bodies and the wrecked cars. Okay, guys, we're rolling home from a long trip. I got to see a lot of different things, met some new people, which is fun. Anyway, it was good. I like it. I'll do it again. I mean, I don't know when, but I will. I ain't burned out yet. The light bulb still has a little light in it, so to speak. But where would I go next time? I think next time I would go a different route. I would go up, well, you almost have to go through Guadalupe Mountains to get out of Texas, because it's a 8-hour drive to Guadalupe Mountains, and after that, you know, then you can go see the world. You know, I can go up through like Muleshoe, Texas, that way, but man, there's no place to really camp in there. Nothing I want to see. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll figure all that out. But I may go up into kind of border the eastern side of the Rockies and go on up into Wyoming, Montana, take a left and go over towards Idaho, Oregon, Washington State maybe, and then make that long loop up that way. I'll do that next time. Maybe. But we'll see. If I get a Roadtrek, more than likely, why not? And I would like to go out to Los Angeles and visit, and I may do that. Coming soon, we'll have to see. But going home. My son was by my place. I guess it was Saturday or Sunday. Maybe it was Sunday. But anyway, he said everything was okay. So it's only been a couple of days. Everything ought to be all right now, you think? But anyway, I restarted my mail, which is good, at both places, at my home address and the Kingsland PO for the mail call. Yeah, we're going to do that probably tomorrow. We'll have a mail call, hopefully. If we got anything, if we didn't get anything, I'll write myself a letter and act like it's from somebody else. So, you know, I'll do that. I say, whoa, look at this. Got a piece of mail. But so far, so good. Gas mileage for the whole trip so far is 25.2. Not bad. In fact, excellent. I didn't figure it'd get near that. That's a beautiful sunrise. Sort of pretty. This is a wet, you know, anytime you're in a desert climate, there's some beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunsets, because there's no, you know, you can see it clearly, you know, there's no obstruction. If you're in a city or in a forest, you kind of just get pieces of it. Or in a city, most people don't even know when the sun sets. The street lights come on. So, but I'm going home. I've done my time. I don't know what it is about traveling, and that's why I like to have a home base. You know, when I didn't have a home base, I never got home. You know what I mean? I just got to a RV park close to where I wanted to be. I guess I don't know what you say. And I did that for a long time. Man, a long time. I didn't have a home base. I just wandered around, and you know, it's okay. I mean, I got used to it. I mean, but I was staying in RV parks. But normally I'd stay by the month, because it was cheaper that way, or at least by the week. I rarely stayed by the day, and the reason is by the day is the highest rate. But the Motel 6 last night in Van Horn was okay. It had the national bird of Mexico in it, the fly eyes, more than one. Yeah, that's amazing. And no matter where you go in the world, there's flies. You know, isn't there a rule against them immigrating? You know, don't we have an immigration law that protects us from flies? No, you know, actually, this whole trip, except for that one time in Hovenweep at the National Monument, that was the only place that I was really bothered by insects, and that was those dadgum no-see-ums. Boy, do they irritate me. Ooh. And, you know, there were a lot of people there that didn't even know they were there. You know, they just knew they had little bites on them. Yep. But they're probably the worst ones for me. The next would be mosquitoes. Then after that would be biting flies. Then what? Horse flies, the big old flies that'll take a quart of blood. But there's so few of them, you don't have to worry about them. Well, it's amazing they light on you and suck out a quart of blood and you don't even know it, but they can. But if that's how you survive, I guess you get good at it. But other than that, I mean, other than that one deal right there at Hovenweep, I was not bothered with insects for 30 days, and that is amazing. When I went into Flagstaff and dispersed camped in the forest there, that I just knew was going to be Mosquito City, and I didn't even see anything. I saw very, very, very few flies, so that's interesting. And at Ward Mountain, there were a few flies, but that's it. Nothing else. No seals, no biting flies, no nothing. So that's all good. And at Gear Springs, nothing, other than it was windy while I was there. What else? At Capitan, near that BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, there were a few flies, but nothing else. And at Valley of the Fires, a few flies, nothing else. I went to a lot of places. Near Socorro, out there in the middle of nowhere, there weren't even any flies. I mean, nothing could live there. I think the flies were surprised I was there and didn't bother me. Okay, we're near Kent, Texas, or as they would say in England, Kent. 22 miles. Actually, there is a place you can camp there. There's an old abandoned gas station off I-10 right in Kent, Texas, and you can just pull in there and camp if you're brave enough. I never did, but you could. People have. I've seen them. And some people will just pull into these rest stops and sleep overnight. I've never done that, and I don't plan to. As far as Walmart's okay. You can check Walmart out anytime you want to. I never had a problem at Walmart, and I've probably stayed there, I don't know, half a dozen times, not many. But anyway, it is a nice morning, and I hope all you guys are doing fine. I got a lot of comments related to the Roadtrek, you know, how crappy it is and how good it is. So that's an opposite opinion. And it's a Fiat chassis or whatever. I don't care what kind. I don't care if it's got a spider chassis, as long as it holds together. Somebody asked me about the difference between a Mercedes chassis and a Dodge chassis. I don't have a clue. I mean, other than I know that anything with Mercedes on it's more expensive. Is it worth it? I don't have a clue. I mean, they're all made of metal. That's all I know. And you know, again, the way I look at it, I've had so many RVs, and I've had good luck with some and bad luck with others. You know, the name doesn't mean anything. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's like winning the lottery. If you get one that everything works for a long time and it doesn't leak, well, you just got lucky. That's all. It doesn't matter what brand it is. You know, of course, some of them use, you know, like Airstream. Of course, you pay for that. You know, you get a little old bitty, the smallest one they make is like 40,000 or more, and then they go up way up over that, and that's kind of, you're kind of buying your way into a club there. But no, the rest, I don't think any. Of course, you know, I hear people talk about chassis this, chassis that. You know, hey man, you know, you spend your life doing scientific studies and then buy one that you think is perfect and have a hell of a lot of problems with it. I mean, so yeah, even though you eliminate the probability of having a problem by doing a lot of research, you know, that's one way to go at it. But you know, you can research yourself to the point of total confusion. I keep it simple. I just find something I like and buy it. And if it doesn't work out, I just eat it. That's tough. Well, I do a little research. I probably do more research than most people, but in my opinion, based on what I've found out about the Roadtreks, they're a good unit. The Roadtrek Simplicity is a good unit, and for the price, I don't think you can beat it. And of course, you know, then you get into the things like the interior layout and, you know, the things it comes with and so forth. You know, all of them come with something a little different. All of them have a little different layout. You know, some of them have. The one thing I don't like on several of the smaller Class C's, or excuse me, Class B's, is the rear bathroom. You know, when you open the back door, there's the toilet staring you in the face. No, not for me. No. I want to open those back doors with that when I'm laying on the bed, put that screen down, and observe nature and have that cool wind blow in on me. Yeah, that's the way I want it. I don't really want to run the air conditioner, but it'd be nice to have it, because when you get trapped somewhere or caught out, you know, all of a sudden a heat wave comes in, like I got caught in out west. But you know, that happens. You know, that's just the way it is. That's what happens when you go traveling anywhere. I don't care where you go. Whenever you're traveling, you're at the mercy of Mother Nature. And if it's a different culture, you're at the mercy of Mother Nature and a different culture. Gasoline in Van Horn, Texas was $2.29 a gallon, which is okay with me. Yeah, it's much better than I think the highest I paid was in Edie, and I want to say it was $2.75. I think it was a lot. I think I told you I got a half a gallon. I didn't. I got more than that. But we're going right into the sunrise. There goes a Volkswagen Beetle, the convertible. I was going to get one of those ones. I don't think there's anything in the world that I wasn't going to get at some time. But I did drive a Volkswagen convertible. I had one in the 60s, in 1965. I had a 1960, scratch that wrong, 1968. In 1968, I got me a blue Volkswagen Beetle convertible with it had a silver top, blue, had dual exhaust, I remember that. It didn't have enough power hardly to go up a hill, but I thought it was neat. West Texas, USA, folks. I'll get over here and let you get, instead of looking at the sun, I'll let you look out this window over here. And that'll make you dizzy. All you people that get car sick, you better hide your eyes. But anyway, I'll get up here. How about this? Is that better? No, you can see the mirror that way. I'm just trying to get you out of the sunshine, even though it's not too bad. But anyway, guys, I'm going home to Central Texas, USA, the Highland Lakes area of Texas, and I'm kind of excited about it. Got the water turned on if they get to it, and they better, or I will go by their office. What else? I turned on the Wi-Fi again, even though I may get rid of it because I've been without it for 36 days, just using Verizon for everything. And my Verizon bill runs $80.30 a month. That's for the unlimited plan, including all taxes and fees. That's unlimited everything. You know, of course, they say they throttle you after 22 gigs on the one thing, you know, after so many gigs on the hotspot. But I got to tell you, I don't know how many 100 gigs I used uploading videos on this trip, and it's never been throttled yet. Of course, they say they only throttle you on the unlimited plan if you are on a tower that is busy. And you got to know the towers I've been on have not been busy. I mean, you know, some of the places I was, there was only 2 people, me and somebody else. So the Verizon plan, and it works out west. It works better than anything I've had. I've tried AT&T. I never tried Sprint. I never tried T-Mobile because they don't have coverage. They don't even have coverage anywhere in my area. There's a guy in a motorhome, and the reason he's driving so slow is he's only getting about 8 miles a gallon. So he's picked a speed that maximizes his mileage, and that speed is probably 55 or 60. The biggest expense he's got is that gas. And that's for everybody that travels in an RV or a class B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, doesn't matter. Biggest expense is gasoline, except Rusty and his class P, Prius. That is the way to beat the gas problem. 50 miles a gallon, 4.5 cents a mile, can't beat it. You can go 4,000 miles for 160 bucks, 170. Rolling on a river. One of these days I'm going to jump out of the bushes and grab you. That was actually a song. Y'all remember that, you old folks? One of these days I'm going to jump out of the bushes and grab you. One of these days. Oh, I just ramble on, don't I? I do. But it passes time, and I got a lot of it. You know, fortunately, when you're driving down the highway like this, you do have a lot of time to think. Now, not that it's a productive thought, but you do. Your mind, it's a crazy thing about your mind. It never stops. You can't shut it off. You can't say, okay, I don't want to think for a while. It doesn't happen. It ain't going to happen. In fact, if you try not to think, that's when you're going to think the hardest. The name of this town up here, there's a little town actually called Borracho. Borracho in Spanish means drunk. Borrachon means drunkard. And there used to be a little station up here where people, years ago, about maybe 50 years ago, there was a little place you could stop and get gas and stuff, and that was it. But it was called Borracho. It's the next exit. See what you're learning this morning? You're learning that Borracho in Spanish means drunk. So if you ever go to Mexico and somebody calls you a borrachon, you'll know that you had a little too many toddies. Borracho Station, exit 166. Nothing there now. Nothing, honey. Let me get over. You know, these truckers out here, they have to stay in the right lane unless they're passing. And so usually the right lane is the roughest lane everywhere you go on an interstate. But we'll make good time. ETA, my home, would probably be probably around 2:15. It's about 7-hour drive. It's a long drive, isn't it? And that's in Texas. Okay, you don't leave Texas. In fact, you can drive 12 hours in the state of Texas straight. You can go from El Paso to Brownsville. It'll take you 12 hours. And if you go from Brownsville to Amarillo, actually there's another one. If you go from Brownsville, Texas, straight up into the Panhandle, all the way to the tip, I think that's 14 hours. Yeah, about 800, 900 miles, long way. So that's, and I don't really feel like I'm traveling until I'm out of my home state. Until you've crossed that border, you're not officially traveling, in my mind anyway. But I got a good night's sleep. Boy, I got some great, I think I mentioned in another video, I got some great Mexican food in Tucson, Arizona, and I wished I could remember the name of the place, but I cannot, because I didn't write it down. But for $11, I got some Nacho Supreme, and I have made it. Tonight will be the third meal out of that stuff. It's a lot, but it was delicious. It was really good Mexican food, you know what I mean? A lot of hot sauce, guacamole, refried beans, taco meat, chips, all that good stuff, and hot enough to get your attention. So with that in mind, folks, I'm going to end the video now with Roadtrek on my mind. Naturally, the guy from Bernie hadn't called me back. He said, oh, I'll call you back. I'm going to call. This was yesterday morning. I talked to him. Yeah. We don't have one like that, but I'm going to call the area manager for Roadtrek, find out, locate where one is, and I'll call you back. I'll call you right back. Well, right back could be never. That's one. Or right back could be a year, that's 2, or it could be today, 2 days. What it means is I'll call you back when I get time, if I find out any information that's positive that I can make some money off of. If I can't make any money off this deal, then you're never going to hear from me. Do I blame them? Nope. Not really. But a good salesman that's going to make a career out of it, you got to follow up. Follow up. Because sooner or later, if it takes you 20 no's to get 1 yes, then that means you got to talk to 100 people to sell 5 units. Okay, that's the numbers game in sales. In sales, you have got to know your numbers. That's it. How many people do you have to talk to about the product to make 1 sale? Once you know that, then all you got to do is just start talking. Get going, baby. Because every time somebody says no, I don't want to do that, then you're 1 step closer to that yes. 1 more step, you got it. Keep going. So having said that, guys, all this is what you call a loose knit video. It's got a point in every direction, which means it's pointless, because a point in every direction is a perfect circle. So having said that, thumbs up right in the sun, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, USA made when you can, except if you have to buy something from Canada, you just do. And drink plenty of water, 3 or 4 quarts a day will not hurt you. You may pee a lot, but so what? You feel a hell of a lot better. Take deep breaths, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do that several times a day. Take a deep breath through your nose, down, pull it down, and hold it and breathe out through your mouth. That'll relieve stress. Relieving stress lowers your blood pressure. Help you live longer. Living longer is what we're all about. You want to live as long as you can. You want to live healthily as long as you can. So, enjoy your day, folks. I'll enjoy mine. The adventure is continuing as we speak. I laid there last night on the bed, had my pen in hand and my paper. Always make a friend of paper and pen. And I made some notes as to what my next journey might consist of. Step 1, it may be to go out to California. That's 1 trip. Trip 2 would be up to Montana, over like I talked about earlier. We'll see how it goes, though, guys. I got to get a Roadtrek first. Adios, bye. Adios, bye-bye. Adios.